my god. Good morning. Hello, Talab. How's it going, buddy? Thank you. Thank you. So, hi, everybody. Good morning. I was talking about the shortcomings of the 17.3 Wizard Rogue build here. When I was a stick build. And the problems with the Wizard Rogue, what would I do without you? I would have a muted show, is what I would have done. Until I went to blow my nose. Then I would have unmuted to blow my nose, and then probably continued to be muted for the rest of the time. It would have been a great stream. It would have been a great stream. Happy Merry Christmas, and hopefully a great New Year's. It's what, New Year's Eve tonight, right? Oh, man. It would have been a great stream. It would have been the best stream. Nothing but quiet for hours. And nothing but quiet for hours again.
It's a very intense moment. The chance to try something nobody's ever tried before.
A year? It's been a year? No way. Subscribe for 12 months at Tier 1. Thank you, my friend. 1 year. That's awesome. I really appreciate the support. Alright. So let's look at the build review one more time. So, as you guys know, we've been doing doing lives in a situation where we go from 15 to 20 to 30, and then we do an epic back down to 20, an epic TR back down to 20, and then back to 30 again. And in both loop throughs, we're trying slightly different variations of a build. So our first go through on this life, we did the quarterstaff build, and the quarterstaff build did really well on Reaper 1. Reaper 3. It was okay in like Reaper 6s. Okay, not great. You had to be extremely careful of when you went in on higher Reapers. But it could get the job done. You could, between color spray and hold person mass, you could do stuff. The DCs weren't quite as good. I think a lot more of that had to do with the fact that at 30, or 29 and 30, I didn't have the part of the family set to upgrade into. So that kind of cost me. The other problem is the same problem that this build has, that because you're relying on evasion as kind of like a big means of defense, or one of your major lines of defense, you can't have as high of MMR PRR. As you can tell, this build doesn't even have 100. Now, I can boost around. Like, I cast Shield, I get a little bit more. I do the Martial Stance, I get a little bit more. But even 120 is not really where you want to be. You'd like that to be like 150, 160. So there's a little bit of place for there to struggle. Thursday is New Year's Eve. It's Tuesday. So it's New Year's Eve. I don't know. It doesn't really matter at the end of the day. Yeah, New Year's Eve will be Thursday. So New Year's Eve... Yeah, I don't know. Some number of New Year's Eves is in there. We're just going to report it as close as humanly possible to New Year's Eve so we can be done with this year. But anyway, so that's kind of one of the shortcomings with this particular build. If I wasn't as heavily relied on evasion, right? Like if I wanted to have if I didn't want to kind of worry about that, or you could switch your armor back and forth. You could increase your MMR PRR, but I don't know. Evasion is sometimes such a deal breaker. Like when it catches you. So if you build for it, you build for it. That's just kind of how I've always felt about it. So now let's talk about Life 2 of this particular go around. The double crossbow build. The double crossbow build, by comparison, felt a lot different. So on the quarterstaff version, I felt like I was using my mana a lot for crowd control and a lot for getting things situated. And I did have spells set up for damage. Now, this life, I have no spell set up for damage. our damage is almost entirely coming in from our crossbows, which is, pretty good. Like, it's not great, but pretty good. We shot, 4 times there with one click of the mouse for well over 1,000 damage. We'll do it again. Pretty good. Right? It could be a little better. We didn't fire off our, know the angles. We didn't make sure that we had our extra plus from here, stuff like that, like some small values. But it's pretty reasonable for the investment. But we're all in on the feats for like tagging faster and doing crossbow things, improve precise shot, stuff like that. So we really want to have guys in a line. So we want them to follow us to the point where they're in a nice line. And then we want to color spray mass hold person or mass hold monster. Lock them down. Just pew 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 them down while they're held in that line. That way, the quest's pretty simple. So I have been running around doing underlane assignment. Solo, trying to get the cloak. The Glossamer Weave. The legendary Glossamer Weave. And that has been what I've really learned about it is, like, I did it on Reaper on camera, and it was actually, I feel like, a little bit easier to do it on Reaper on camera than doing all these elite runs solo. And it's because I've been more willing to let the monsters get in a longer line so I could kill them quicker to speed up the quest. But it turns out you take a lot more damage the longer the monsters are chasing you. Where in Reaper mode, you're constantly spamming off the various crowd control effects, trying to time it out so they never move until you kill them. So it's a little bit weird. Let's see. Kilgore, good morning. Let me catch up on the chat really quickly here. Trying to earn some tokens of the 12. That's not bad. Like, a little bit of work to get tokens of the 12. I recommend not an Offering of Blood. The Bargain Bazaar quest. The first quest in the House D chain. I feel like that takes the least amount of time to run and always gives a full token. Finally broke down and got Fade Arc as a Christmas gift for yourself. Beef's supposed to help you run the quest so you can get the tree. Yeah, they're not too bad. Not too bad. If you have somebody with a little bit of experience, they go by pretty quick. Just need to hit level 8 and schedule an afternoon to run with him. Yeah. Yeah, he'll be around. He's on vacation. He'll be around today. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Anyway, so this life... So we've been running for this Glossamer chain. Our hold person mass DC is 84, which the legendary Glossamer is, I believe, 4 more DCs, so we're actually like at 80, 88. Intelligent boost pot, 89. It feels pretty good in non-Reaper. In Reaper, of course, you get another big pile of boost there. So it's been, the crowd control's been pretty good. Even on Reaper 8s, it's probably getting about 45% of the monsters. I'm not saying they stay held for a long time, but it does work out. And what I found to be really nice is especially in like the really high Reapers, because we're not completely geared out, the situation where like if that training dummy is a monster, that we can be over here is just like big game. It really keeps our survivability up in those high level Reaper quests. So all in all, I've been very pleased with how this build has been going. Like, I really have enjoyed it. I've really thought it's worked well. It kind of chunks in for a lot of our gear stuff, makes sense already. So again, I believe personally that if we could get the 4-piece winter set that we're looking for, it would be easy to work all this stuff kind of in. And like, we're just kind of bouncing around. We're right on the verge of this thing being really, really good. Like, this necklace doesn't make a lot of sense for us, but our winter necklace doesn't make a lot of sense either. We don't really need this serrated arrowhead anymore. Doesn't really do what we're looking for, but it's still kind of like a holdover. So we have some like gear holdovers on this build, but for the most part, I've been pretty pleased with it. First Timothy, good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the build, everybody, or welcome to the review and the TR. So overall, if I were to give the previous build like a 6 out of 10, I would give this one probably a 7.5 out of 10. Like it does all the things that I'm looking for. It's soloable Reaper 1 to Reaper 3 in that ballpark with the aid of a hireling. The things in particular that I don't like about this build is the points are so tight. There's no room to grab the Pale Master stuff. Like you don't have that 6 points you need to pick up a Pale form. In my opinion, I have 2 points over here in the Deep Gnome tree that are, I don't want to say fake points, that are real points, that are regular points. But there's not 3 more points hidden about that you can kind of free up, I don't think. So it is very points heavy or intense. And all that has to do with the fact that we're putting 41 points in the Inquisitive tree. We are relying on the Inquisitive tree to hard carry, which it does. It does a great job of doing this room. So, again, overall, if I were to grade this build, it's to be like a 7.5, maybe an 8 for my particular play style. Your particular play style may vary a little bit. But, come on. There we go. Alright, so, let's TR. Let's get it done. So we're going to do Iconic Life again. I know I didn't take a lot of votes for this one, but there's a build that I've been looking for doing. There's a build that I'm excited to try, and I think we're gonna give it a go again here. Now, what are we going to do with the rest of our points? This is going to be yet another. This will be our 3rd/6th build in a while. And this is going to be the Artificer Splash. So the great thing about the Artificer Splash is it's going to allow us to do a lot of really cool stuff. Including wear medium armor, I believe. So, do we want more wisdom for Spot? Or do we just want strength so we don't have problems? It's one more action, or one more con's not going to matter. Artie would fit well with the Inquisitive. It does. It works really well. And we'll probably do an Artie version of the Inquisitive, but this first life is not going to be that. The Inquisitive stuff is very, very strong. And we may end up doing a little bit of it on this build when we're low on mana. But the plan is to do something all in on force damage. We're going to really try to go ham in that department. Yeah, I think I just want to have to. I don't want to be enfeebled. Alright, so Spellcraft. I don't know if we're going to have the spare room for the Pale Master form, but I'm going to work under the assumption that I do until we don't. I like having a little bit of jump, but I don't need a ton of jump. We do want search, we do want spot. You've been converted to 2 Anti-Fighting Bard lives. Hey, those are very strong. They are very, very strong. I think I want diplomacy here. It's also possible we won't perform. I'm trying to remember if the SLA for Sonic is something we wanted to invest in. I don't think so. It's just diplomacy. I guess we'll UMD. It's fine. Yeah. Yeah, Fate Arc Illusionist turns on a lot of builds for a lot of people in that way. It really does. It's a good one. Do we want Insightful Reflexes? Almost always. And then we definitely want to be a maximizing. Start with the always important spells. Shield, Protection from Evil, Sonic Blast. I actually do really like Tumble, Jump, Night Shield. We're gonna have plenty of spells, so it's not to fret over that. Alright, and then we have one more spell. Sure, we'll take the Acid spell. It doesn't really matter. Because we do have the Gnome Past Life stuff, our Acid spell power is always going to be slightly higher. Well, if we were to do this, we would definitely not be doing that facial hair. I do like this facial hair. This is very Samus to me. I don't like scars. I feel like this is fine, right? This is fine. Alright, now starts the hard part. A lot of people are going to be like, what? My back plaque is overflowing! Alright. /UI layout load Samus. It's odd because you held out for single weapon fighting and caster bards for a good while. There's seemingly no good reason. You can still do single weapon fighting. It is okay. But I think right now two-handed fighting is just so well positioned. It's hard not to two-weapon fight right now. Strike Through is made. It really has modified the fighting style in such a way that you kind of incentivized to do it that way. It's extremely well positioned. Run in, run in, run in, run in, run in, run in, run in. Super slow. Run in, run in. I'm actually really excited for these extra tokens for the ice game stuff here. I don't know if you guys know this from watching the stream or not, but I've actually spent a little bit of time running around doing the ice game stuff this go around. Can I click to Sharn? Not when I have no inventory. Until I get my inventory, I cannot click anywhere. Alas, it said no minimum level. Okay, it does. It just doesn't report it there. I'm like, that seems odd. So I'm gonna take a minute. I'm gonna go ahead and slap in most of this gear that we know is gonna be important, but not all of it. We're gonna come back and do more gear stuff in a little bit. But as we see things, we're going to take the opportunity to grab stuff out of our TR cache. Because it's getting stuff out of the TR cache is quite the ordeal. That's how much I've been ice skating. I've been ice skating so much I actually take the ice skates out of my TR cache right now. Because I know that I'm going to want them. Isn't that terrible? Do we want to use the buckskin horse this life? Sure. Alright, and that's the main thing we were looking for. And the second most important thing we're looking for. Alright. Oh, I didn't need this potion of nil. So we actually had one more item that we could have eased up on a little bit. Didn't see my Death Ward potion. I'm gonna get that got while we're kind of waiting here. Then we actually get to play with our cosmetics quite a bit. And part of the reason I've been ice skating so much, hitting the auction house, doing all of that kind of like shenanigans is for the cosmetic work that we actually have available now. I know, I'm one of those people that goes for those small edges, because DDO is a game of small edges, and it's kind of where we're at, unfortunately. I'm very stubborn. There it is. I'm taking 10 extra fire damage or whatever every time I take it. Excuse me. Taking 10 extra points of fire damage or 10 extra points of cold damage because I'm too stubborn to switch my cosmetic around or spend a few extra minutes taking care of my cosmetics in advance because of the thing. So I'm down to checking this stuff out. Spend a little bit of time and energy on it. Now a lot of people are going to look at the fact that I'm filling my first spot here with things, and they're going to be like, why would you spend your first slot on that? Well, that's a good question. I personally like using my first slot on this, so I know that the first slot's all the way full. So I can just automatically go to the second slot to start looking at and dealing with things. So we're good to go. I heard fall damage, so I was typing up a rant about not taking Featherfall like a normal person. That's fair. But I'm not a person that cares about 10 Featherfall or falling damage because I know how to hug walls and slide around and do things. But if you're a person that doesn't have that ability to just not there, then there's no reason to like go ham about it. Speaking of ham, I think I'm going to put in a ticket for this Guardian's shield. I'll do it offline so they can fix it later, but it is definitely going to be a long process here. And then what else? I have one more thing here that needs to come out, and I'm not sure what it is. Part of me wants to stick these shrines in there, but I feel like I never use these shrines. I guess we'll put it in here for now. Should probably be the healing potions. Oh yeah, that feels much better already. Being able to like jog around a little bit. Let's get our map on the correct side. Alright, so the first thing we're actually going to do, because again, I'm an edgelord. Check this guy. Oh yeah, give me my tokens. Oh no! Oh, okay, never mind. I misread. I thought he said, "Here's your tokens," not "Let me give you a token." Darn! I was hoping that that timer would reset on TR. Get them small edges, yo. Okay. So we're going to be mostly wizard spec, but we are going to take 2 levels of Artie. There we go. There's our Artie, and there's our wizard. We're going to max out search. We're going to keep our spellcraft up. We're going to start hitting the disable device first. Spot, yeah, that's fine. Conjure bolts. Throw a healing potion. Enchant weapon. Oh, we're never going to enchant weapons. Sure, enchant weapons. Blade of Armor, aka please let me open a door. Master's Touch, because why not? Again, a lot of these aren't going to matter because we're never going to prepare them. Alright. And now we're going to hold off almost as late as humanly possible for some things here. Alright, Bard, have a good one, buddy. And we're going to grab completionist like always. I definitely want to grab magic missile before we get away from it. Advance to our next level here. Keeping spellcraft maxed, disable maxed, getting search caught up, getting spot caught up. Then we can start playing with other things. So blur, even though we'll probably never cast blur. You know what? We're never going to cast blur. Electric loop and gust of wind. This may also be a knock life. I hope not, but it is possible. Spellcraft, disable, search. Spot is finally caught up, so now we can start dumping some points into probably UMD. I would like to start dumping stuff in open lock as well. Yeah, let's just do open lock first. Spellcraft, disable, search, spot. We have 2 points, so 2 points for everyone to start put. Okay. Seems odd. So we're definitely going to go Empower with our bonus feat. Oh, by the way, this will be another PK build, I believe. So should we just take skill focus, illusion now? I think so. Alright, we will cast Displacement. We will probably cast Chain Missiles. Let's see, we're level 6. We're also going to try to take Beef's advice, and we're going to hold level 14. Or, sorry, we're going to hold level 15. We're going to go do some questing. Let's see how well this works out. So we're also going to be a level lower than I'd normally like to be. But there's a few Coin Lord favor quests that I'd like to do for favor, so I might as well knock them out for experience as well as favor. I do want Halt Undead. Halt Undead in particular is a good one. Guess we want Acid Blast. For 10 points. Should be level 8. Always with the D-Door first. I'm going to assume that we're going to be in form. 8, 9. It's hard to not be in form and be a DC caster in my experience. Alright, so now we start getting 1 point. Do I want to put this extra point into open lock still, play catch up? Probably. It is questionable. We'll go a little bit into UMD here. Let's see, we definitely want Quicken and Heighten in this build. We probably... Do we care about Extend in this build? I don't think so. Let's grab a Heighten. Oh, we definitely need a negative energy burst before we need... Let's see, level 8, so level 10. This is going to be another life where our... Alright. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We have 4 levels left, obviously. I'm just trying to decide where I want to take that second arty life. Because if I take it as my 14th level... That would give us the absolute maximum number of potential points. However, on the flip side, I think I want to take it now. Actually, just to make smoothing some of this stuff out a little bit easier going forward. That's right. We may actually can't enchant. May actually cast enchant armor. This was the other thing, is that maybe it should have been this level to be able to put the extra point of int in. I don't know. So yeah, now we have the 2 full points though to start putting up in UMD. Until we get UMD to like probably around 10, then that should be enough, and then we can start putting stuff into heal. Oh, we definitely want large also. God, so many good, so many really key spells here. Imagine we're going to want Innervation. We're definitely going to want PK. We're definitely going to want Fire Shield at some point also. I feel we're going to be buying some scrolls here. 1 point, 2, 2, 2, 2. We definitely want Circle of Death. Probably want Necrotic Ray. Alright, so this is going to be our last level right now. So keep that in mind, I think. Alright, we definitely want Greater Heroism. So we're a skilled person. I kind of want to take Undeath to Death. Yeah, let's do it. It's a spell that I've learned that I cast quite a bit. Alright. So like I said, we're gonna work on Deep Gnome, we're gonna work on Archmage, we'll have a little bit in Pale Master. Probably not gonna have any wiggle room for Eldritch Knight. We do want to have Fate Arc Illusionist. In fact, Fate Arc Illusionist is going to be our secondary tree, I think. It may even be our first tree. You know, let's make that our first tree. Alright. What I don't remember is if battle. Yeah, like we might have a little bit in this tree. I'm honestly not sure. Yeah, your electric spell power. We're not going to be electricing, I don't think. We may have like a little bit in Inquisitive just to get the double crossbows, just to have something else going on. But I don't think so, because I don't think we're going to have room for into hit and damage. Alright, so again, this is going to be just like last life. The action points on this is going to be extremely tight. Very, very, very tight here, and I'm not sure actually how this is all going to fit together. If I'm just being straight up honest about it. I really kind of want this. But I don't think I want to spend 6 points on it. I always got to start with that, I think. Do I? Alright, we need illusion DCs. Yeah. I don't think I had the points to just cram into there. Alright, so there's our 15. So we're going to have 3 points here for sure. Those are our free points. We're going to have 15 points here for sure in PK. Because we want that to be as quick a cooldown as we can get our hands on. So we know those are done. Kind of sucks. force, force. We're going to be using an orb. We're probably going to use an orb. Hey, Beef. I wonder if I should be starting the Fate Arc Illusionist tree first. I really want this other PK timer, though. So I guess we're going to go up this way first. And I want that. There's our other PK timer, so we can pause. Put the brakes on that. Alright, let's summon our Pixie. Spell points are easy. No, I was very clear I was going to TR today, on Tuesday. I just thought I'd have more time to play yesterday. Or Sunday. Or Saturday. But no, this was right on schedule. This was planned. Again, I had planned on playing more. It's actually, I do want this Shadow Blade actually as well. I want to try it. It might not be good. It may just be straight up bad. That's what this life is about, is to kind of fiddle around. So it's weird, I want this tier 5, an Arcane Blast, but I also want the capstone out of Master Illusionist. I don't know if we're going to have the points for all of it. It's gonna get very weird. Yeah, let's hit the accept button right now over here, and let's fiddle around on this side some more. So I did 10 quests on Thursday night and Feywild yesterday. You didn't do much either. That's quite a bit. It's a lot. Said I caught what I could on whatever day it was. Like 4. This is so bad. I want this blast. I could also pick up this illusion, this extra illusion DC. But I really don't want down any more points in this tree. Like, basically that right there. Although I would like this to be higher, right? Okay. So if this is on our tree, every other point goes into Fate Arc Illusionist. Do we have enough to get where we want to go? I hope so. So we need to get to 20 points in the tree before we can go up. So which of these do we actually care about? Do we want to distract with our familiar? We just want to grab more spell penetration. Do we want to try this refraction? Like, we already have blur, so we're not worried about it. Kind of just want this spell penetration or saving throws. I feel like I'm going to fail saving throws regardless. Did one quest last night. I said out loud that was really easy. We should have done 10. Then looked up at the X report. We only killed 9 monsters. Oh, rip. More spell pin for now, it's fine. Okay. So we're gonna try Beef's suggestion of banking this last level here. Which means we don't put Sharn gear on right away. But I think that's probably okay. Kind of okay. Which means we're relying on Ravenloft gear right now. Whirling Words is probably the rune arm we're going to want. I believe it runs off of force damage. It does not. Alright, well that's lame. Thought that one ran off of force damage. Now I'm going to have to go look through my rune arms and figure out which one's the highest level force damage rune arm we have, because that's part of what we're trying to do here. This tiara is probably fine. What's our current intelligence score? We're currently even. Possible you just want the Tiara of Madness. Don't actually have a plan for gear until later. Alright, we're probably going to want the Ring of Nightfall. Because that's 2 int. Well, actually, yeah, it's going to be 2 int that we can't do elsewhere yet. I do like the Quarantine quite a bit. It is one of my favorites. I probably will not be wearing that cloak for a while. Oh, what am I doing? I'm stupid. This is... We're never going to have this. So we've got 3 points here that need to change. So we pull out 2 of those points for over here, Energy of the Scholar. Then we have 1 more point that needs to go someplace else. Alright, I'll think about that later. We're not going to be orbing. We're going to be rune arming. I think we're going to be phase cloaking this life because of the evocation focus stuff. Yeah. That's probably the one, Beef. To go look through my rune arm guide, see if I have one. Don't think we're twerking. Might be twerking. Oh, there's one. Never mind. Apparently Samus already had it figured out. I'm gonna keep track of this thing. It's quite possible that we're gonna wear that this life. Or use that this life when we get to 23. Like, everything I always have planned is based around level 15 stuff. It's going to take me a minute to figure out how to equip for level 14. Yeah, I have a Lucid Dreams from the way back. Lucid Dreams is not my favorite, rune arm. The Archon one might be better for now. We'll just have to try. Play it by ear. Like I said, I should have all of those things. Let's grab our Staff of Arcane Power so we don't forget it. And then ironically, it's possible that we want to grab this Steel's Eternal Flask of Ice Pumpkin Coffee, but man, not about that life right now. I feel like it's likely we're just going to slap on this Curse Keeper. This Curse Keeper has actually been a good trinket for us in general. It'll come back up again. We'll look at it. So yeah, it does Healing Amp, Negative Energy Healing Amp, and Insightful Light Resistance, which is not great, but Vitality 24 and Magical Efficiency 10 is quite good. Lucid Dreams, if you have an old one, can be equipped as 17. You think it's quite good as 17. I probably do. Like I said, we'll look at it. See what we have available for sure. Alright, speaking of things that we know for sure that we're going to want to equip, we're on a spellcasting life. We definitely are going to want to put on our green steel bracers. Assuming I can find them. There they are. I grabbed an old school repeating Triple Earth green steel crossbow. Until we get to so we get to 15 and we can put on a deep demise. It's something to have equipped. I don't think we're going to use it that much. It's certainly not going to be our focus, but it's better than some of the other options for right now. Probably one of our blasphemy somewhere. We don't need the Ring of Lies and the green steel opposition item. We just need one of the two. Alright, so do I just not have any of the Ravenloft gear in my backpack anymore? Doesn't look like I do. Or my TR or my shared bank thing. I think this is probably fine for now. There's our illusion focus. All the time, a little bit of extra potency action. Wild Flame is fire lore. Profane Well Rounded's good. The rest of this stuff's kind of medium. This is a life that maybe we just want the wrappings as our belt for now. Our hit points are so trash right this minute. But we literally don't have any con item on yet. So it does seem really odd not just like slamming to 15. I don't think we can get away with a 25% spell failure right now, but it's possible this is also a life that we want brain, please decide to work. That we're willing to kind of mess with stuff. Let's just slam these in for now as well. Impulse, Gem of Power. They're not the best, but again, we just want to boost up our impulse damage as much as possible right now. Just put these boots on for now. Let's just get as many hit points together as we can cram in right this minute and call it a... Let's go get some experience. Alright, show me what armor we have over here. Nothing, huh? 10 to 14? Nice. Everything's going to change next level anyway. We can take that literally any time. If we have to, we can always drink our way to victory. I'm also going to grab the rum bottle. This might be a life that we end up using the rum bottle quite a bit. So we currently do not have an undead form. We need 6 points for that. Let's just put our torque on. Seems bad, but the plan on getting hit, we just need to know that it's going to happen. God, I'm so hot. We are having a migraine day today, by the way. Quite strong migraine day today. Let's just put this shield on for now, or this armor on for now. Alright, we actually also have quite a bit of cosmetics to choose from. So, we got some sunglasses this life that we've colded up. We've got an old heavy dark leaf armor spike plate. Even though we don't need to wear our Deathwatcher slash... we can actually wear... Is that the real one, actually? What is the real one? Where's that cosmetic at? It's over here somewhere. You can actually put on a different cosmetic cloak here. Something we haven't used. And you know what? Let's... Currently this is the ability to wear this cloak. Let's do that. And as to not to forget about the points over here, our Reaper points, let's do that. Oh. What? I'll just... Alright. Well, I'm not sure what happened there, if I'm being honest. I may want this, actually. This life. Man, here I was like about ready to be like, let's go get some experience. We're still years away from experience. Alright, Arcane Blast, Arcane Bolt. Get our familiar out. Color Spray. I'm actually kind of used to being in third spot now. Well, we don't need Blur at all. Well, yeah, we might cast it on other people. I don't know. We'll see. I want to play with that Shadow Blade. Alright. All sorts of past life feats. 10 million. Arcane Alacrity for sure. I think I still want Colors of the Queen here. Let's see. This one is the... It's an Arcane past life stance. This is a life where I feel like Power of Life and Death is not going to be what we want. We don't have another Divine one at the moment. We're working on that soon. I'm going to make sure that our Deep Gnome stance is turned on. Don't think anything else matters right now. Alright, so that's Reaper points, feats. We'll need to do spells and get spell points.
Of the Stonereach market, a pensive form scans the thronging crowd. She is searching for heroes.
You grab our potions, we'll have to grab a hireling.
Willing to face an unknown foe.
We are very light on hit points though. We're like quite a bit lighter than I would like to be. Oh, this isn't what I thought it was. Life Shield and Vulnerability is not... I have False Life in here. Oh, we also don't even have a ring on. Quality Spell Focus Mastery, I suppose, is probably correct. Alright, what else did we need? Oh yeah, I was going to check to see if we had... We do. Alright, so we need... Constitution 5, I presume? 5 is 8, 6 is 12. I imagine 12 is the best we're going to get, right? Oh yeah, that right there was the boon we were looking for. Alright, what else are we... We gotta do spells? For now we'll do Undeath to Death, although... Excuse me. Sorry, even though our DCs are not going to be as high as they could be. Wow, looks like we're going to have to go buy some 5th level spells. Big deal. D-Door, PK, Think Force Missiles, and then eventually we're going to want Death Aura, but right now probably just Innervation. Gotta pick up some 3rd level spells also. Oh, we're just like... really hurting on spells, aren't we? Alright. Jump, Shield, Pro Evil, Mage Armor. Do I want a Magic Missile, or do I want a Sonic Blast? We'll grab a Magic Missile. Magic Missile. Okay. So let's get this thing enlarged. Heightened, quickened, same, enlarged, heightened, quickened, same. Alright, so it's currently showing us with a 52 PK. That doesn't seem bad right now, does it? Seems alright. Quite a ways to go. I want those switched around. Yeah. Not worried about quicken on these, but I do want to get... Actually, I don't think I care about enlarge either on this. But I do want to have maximize and quicken turned on for the... Or maximize and power turned on for these. This we'll leave alone. These need to be heightened. It shouldn't matter now because they should be our top level spells, but it may matter later. These also need to be quickened. These are slow. The rest of that seems fine. Alright, so we gotta go pick up a bunch of spells. Yeah, I know. I know, we're missing all sorts of spell slots. red scrolls. Grab heal scrolls. Let's see. Is this a life I'm gonna have time to get a tasty ham? Maybe. Maybe. Also threw spell components, I think, in one of these chests down here for temporarily. I may be wrong. No idea. Nope, I was correct. Okay. Let's go to the portal hole, buy some scrolls. Pick up, refresh on all of our spell components, and think we can finally get some experience. We may have to, like, tweak the build as we go along. We'll see. Alright. Level 3. We need at least 2 level 3 spells. So definitely would like protection from energy. Even though we do have the mask now, we don't necessarily need it. Sleet Storm's good if I'm gonna play that way. I typically don't do it because of the stream. Just do suggestion and are both good ones to have with the way we're currently playing. Alright. Level 2 we need a bunch. Level 4 we could actually pick up a... Instead of doing Innervation, we could do Fire Shield, which would be good. Level 5 we actually need a couple. So you're 5... No, you're not 5s. Where's... We'll do Prismatic Ray. Theoretically, it'd be good for us. Oh, we also need some 2s. Buy all that stuff and describe all that stuff at once. These don't really matter that much, I don't think. Have the ability to throw a healing potion for people. Alright, second level spells. One Glitter Dust. Maybe Hypnotic Pattern, although it's also very annoying. Probably not. Yeah, actually, we did max our skill out. Ooze Puppet can be really strong. Let's do Ooze Puppet. Alright, first thing we knew is we're going to need 700 more of these. never know really what you're going to need, so I like to keep a little bit of variety of stuff on hand. But the rest of this stuff doesn't have to go that high. Alright. We need 2 of those. We need 2 of those. Do you grab a 4th level spell? We'll need 2 5th level spells. Oh, that was it. Scribing. Alright, so we actually missed another 2nd level scroll that we picked up somewhere, apparently. We want to make sure that the spell components are literally, the mass spell components are literally in our, pretty much our last spot. Put those down on our bar so we have an idea of how many we have, so if they start disappearing we know why. Let's throw cosmetics into this tab for now. Oops, this tab for now. We'll take a look at cosmetic stuff a little bit later in case we decide we don't want to go this way. Alright, let's do hypnotic pattern. Sure. Booze Puppet is narrow, but you never know. Rage is one that we'll try to throw around. Suggestion is unlikely to get cast very often. I think I'm going to switch Fire Shield out for Innervation. I like having Fire Shield ready to go. Level 5, Prismatic Ray, and Cyclone. This thing let's soup up and see if we can't make it do something. I don't do a lot with Prismatic Ray, but let's just see. Let's just see if we can make something happen with it. Alright, so we have spells, we have pots, we have our emergency buttons taken care of. So all we need now is a person that just heals us and our resistances, and we're basically ready to rock. If I fire more than 2,000 conjured bolts, I feel like I will have accomplished. A Blondie Bear moment there. Said our brain is melting out of our ears right now. All right. One of these, here we go. So at least one of these guys should have a Divine Vitality ready to rock. That's the one that we want to take. Alright, so let's... I feel like I have more stances that need to be fired off here. Repeater this life, question mark? I do have a repeater equipped. That's not the goal. The goal is to PK and force damage everything down with our rune arms, basically. But it is a thing that can happen. It will be our physical weapon of choice for now. But it is on our short list for things. This is a build that I've kind of been kicking around in my head for a little bit with the general idea that we're just going to go all in on force damage. I do mean all in. Alright, so while I'm here, I want to do a little bit. Oh, God. Hang on a second. Also, I'm gonna put on my blue blocker attachment here as well. I'm gonna come here and get the 2 Meridia quest sorted here. And not that we're not a zillion years away from that, but I'm going to pick that quest up as well, just in case. I haven't had problems actually getting from 1 to 20 on the iconic lives. Okay, so again, the reason why we're kind of putting a pause on things specifically is the fact that we want to do this Lord's March Plaza chain at 14 because they are Coin Lord favor. Diplomatic impunity, man. I really do feel like I'm missing all sorts of stuff. I always feel this way though when I do an iconic. Anytime that I like jump up a bunch of levels, I always feel like I'm missing a metric ton of stuff. I'm always like, why can't I figure out what I'm missing? Alright, so in Reaper mode, this is claiming our DC, still says our DC is 52. That is 100% not correct. Like for example, these two only apply in Reaper mode. These two only apply in Reaper mode. I did step in Reaper mode, right? Yeah, so this should be at least 55. Oh, now they're just, okay. They're straight up giving them all of there. That's weird. I thought that they had fixed that, where it didn't do that anymore.
Along the ridgeline, high above you, is a line of bamboo fencing. From this distance, it resembles descriptions of the primitive architecture used by various wildmen tribes. Ahead, you hear a guttural voice calling for death to intruders.
That guy's saved. Alright, let's try this thing. That was not as impressive as I hoped. Runearm did well, though. Alright, if this thing's maximized in power, does it do any good? Nope. Alright. Hey, kitty, kitty, kitty. Bye, kitty, kitty, kitty. Why did that not land? I'm a little annoyed about that. Have to take a look at some of this stuff in a minute as well. Sure, I'm in love with this crossbow right now.
The head reeks of feline occupation. This must be where the panthers make their den.
Ah, behind me. Well, at the very least, PK and everything is still fun. At the very least. We may end up taking a little bit of a beating when we stand still to fire off rune arms and such. We just don't have the wiggle room to like put in rune arms charge faster and stuff like that right now.
As the salty tang in the air grows stronger, you notice a bamboo bridge crossing the ravine. Perhaps it leads back towards Henrita's camp. The presence of the Droam soldiers. You must warn Henrita of the danger to Stormreach. With luck, you can make it back to camp without encountering any Droam forces. Matches the ones on the beach. Clearly this was a scouting party, and their hostile reaction to your presence supports Yolivian's invasion theory.
Let's get our boo-boos kissed. Kiss my boo-boos. I see you down there just running in circles, alright. We'll have to do some work because we'll want that +2 artifact bonus to our DCs and whatnot soon. Huh. I would have thought that would finish. Aha, that explains something.
Another Droam scouting party has been destroyed. By now, there must
Trying to figure out why we were still taking some of that damage.
throughout the jungle.
It's because that guy was hiding around the corner. Apparently they wanted to fight. I was really under the impression this would be doing higher. Let's see, so we're 12 level of wizard right now, so this should be doing the 4th level wizard spell.
Solitary vine thrasher wildman. With any luck, the guard did not hear the fate of his compatriots.
So it's 12d6 right now. For whatever reason, I felt like that should be higher. 200 is not what I was expecting from 12d6. Heightened, maximized, etc., etc.
Pond scum and fungi float along the top of this polluted pond.
That's the first medium ever on Dragon Shard fragment of this life, but also I think for a while. I don't think I've seen one in at least a couple of lives, actually. I backed into the spears through the wall. I'm a real champion. Not everyone can just back into spikes through walls. Come on. Do I... Do I want to take a second and get my DVs out of this guy too? I think I do. Is there a bonus? 12%? 12%. 12 breakables for 8%. I think we'll be fine. We're going to try to just shoot through this part. If we get engaged, we'll deal with it, but otherwise I think we're just going to leave. Oh, that was a good hit.
Crumbling ruins rest on the plateau above. While the stones are ancient, the tents and banners around them are not.
Thing did a little over 100 points of damage. feel like my invisibility should be, like, really good.
From ahead, a rough voice barks out. Soldiers of Droam, stand down. The war captain wishes to parley with the intruders.
Wow, our force spell power is only 281. Why does that seem super low also? Become a PK king. I feel like I interrupted myself on that first search. Of course, the secret is to jump when you start disarming these traps. Oh god, he's just gonna slam us anyway. Head up here, get your healing. This thing does not seem that great. The Shadow Blade. I definitely feel like we could stand here though and slam our SLAs at him. If you look at the damage we've done for the spell points we dumped into it, like, it's a pretty good rate. I mean, this, for 4 spell points, that's 200. I'll take another restoration scroll. Right, for 600, this is, again, a little more than 200. Sorry, for 600. For 6 mana, it's a little over 200. I'd like to see that do a hell of a lot more for the investment. For 6, this is doing a little over that. Missed a chest. We do want to check all these for Sentient XP. Even if it's only like 12 or whatever it is. Take what we can get. I do want to say that this is the last week. If you have not picked up your Dragon Sentience Gem with the Happy 14 code, you should probably do that. Best laid plans on Alchemist is pretty fun. It's Frog City here on 8. Yeah, frogs are strong. And that is the warehouse quest, right? That quest is a pain in the butt. Okay. Well, that's probably their compromise for making that quest such a piece of S. Open the door. Okay. Look at you guys. This all came to play together. Aren't you special? Wow, that's a whole lot of nope. Well, here they come. So I guess we're gonna find a way. Hey, you soulless. Wink. PK all these things for days. Yeah, that felt good. Like, our force damage is still not where we want it to be. There's not a force belt from Ravenloft is a big part of the problem. So, like, getting a super high force damage is a little bit problematic in that sense. Really? Stick your head back out here. Oh, you're death warded. Alright. Well, that's just disappointing. Huh. So I gotta wait. He's barely out of range right there. Huh, strange. Alright, well, guess we'll deal with him later. Kind of interesting little problem there, wasn't it? I'm gonna try to hit the runts, because the runts are the ones that'll hit the bell. And I would not be opposed to not having to worry about that. I think we probably will. I've not had a good way to do this infight without them ringing the bell, but first time for everything, right? I got a Fury back here being jerky.
Your gifts are acceptable, says the Minotaur chief. But they will not be enough to hire my people as mercenaries. War is expensive. Mercenaries? You misunderstand, the Medusa says. What we are looking for is a wise...
Oh, actually, we're also missing one of the red name.
Would the plunder of... I mean, taxes cover your...
Alright, let's get this other red name before we start that infight.
The chieftain nods sagely. You drive a hard bargain, Ambassador Hestis. I accept.
This also is probably a window to get Ellery dug out as well. None of those are things that I wanted. Alright, start hitting buttons. Let's get these manas back. Oh, we should also be, before we're getting mana back, we should also have our power drain running as well. Get all the manas. it's one of those situations where if we're gonna stop and get mana back, we might as well whip out Ellery as well. Get it both. That was over 1,000, right? Over 1,000 spell points between Ellery, the Vile Blasphemy, and Timbies. Oh, that's the one that was already charmed. Alright. Of course, that guy ran away. He's a real hero, that one. Come on, Chiefy. Oh, you come on. I know he'll come all the way out here. I fought this guy over there numerous times. Why is he leashing right here today? Is he just taking too long to get over here? Why is he leashing? Problem is now there's going to be too much trash right here. Yeah, I still don't know why that guy wouldn't walk up here. Feels super problematic. Alright, did we get the don't pull the alarm? We did! Nice! Look at that. We even got 2 chests. I don't think I've gotten that particular bonus more than a handful of times. Like sub 10 times, I think. All the PKs. I didn't want to tell everybody. My head has been really problematic the last 3 or 4 days. I do not feel well today at all. It's hitting hard. I have a doctor's appointment at 2:30. We'll probably end up wrapping the stream up a little early today. But man, I just I'm at that point where I really just want to go Ralph. Alright. Let's think for a second. We are missing a couple of things here. We're missing our Fox's shrewdness potions. If we want to fire off. And also we're missing our trash can. Which is, I think, on the Night Mother's quarterstaff, right? Or not quarterstaff, scepter. Yeah, this is that's our current trash can right here. This guy is currently at 4, I believe. 5. Look at that, 5.
I wonder what you'll pick. So many choices.
Alright. We'll probably do this next quest, and then I might call it. We'll have to see. There we go. We got our Stone to Flesh scrolls. Our buttons here. I think this is still probably the least amount of clicks. He did. He did talk to us and trigger off the thing.
The audience chamber is strangely quiet. There's no trace of the coin lords, and unusual statues stand in the center of the room.
The scrolls, stone to flesh, are still faster than going and getting the other thing, even though it's like 1,000 more experience. It's still faster to get that far off these scrolls. Are you an annoying version? ISIL? Really? I'm impressed by this air elemental, actually. I would have thought for sure that air elemental had less than 600 hit points. There's yet another thing that we forgot to put on our bar. One second, everybody. You guys are never gonna believe this, but the factory warranty on my vehicle is about to expire. You're never gonna believe me. It's weird because my factory warranty. Not even sure when my truck was new. It still had its factory warranty. My truck is a 2000, so we're talking probably 21 years old now. If my factory warranty was still in place then, that would be an extremely impressive timetable on that factory warranty.
You have freed all of the coin lords from the Medusa's curse.
And the wife's car is much newer than that, I will admit. But I don't know exactly when it was made. But I also don't think that it's probably within our factory warranty. We'll probably run around, do a shrine actually? It's close. I feel like we're making very adequate progress for mana. Probably don't need to. I would still like to be able to do just a little bit bigger chunks of damage. I viz the NPC and not myself. Again, we're only 12 levels of Wizard, Sam. Maybe we shouldn't be quite so tough on ourselves right now about how much damage we're dealing. Penny Gallery in the back needs to go bye-bye.
Of a very large troll can be heard from inside the building.
Huh, did our spell get interrupted? Not sure why we did a pause right there. That does not seem correct. Firing this off more often too. For whatever reason, I'm not good at those kind of boosts. Like I fire those boosts off for like combat damage, like melee damage, no problem. But for spell damage, I don't know why I'm not good at firing that off for spell damage. Don't care about your Reaperness. Well, looks like the crit damage is good when it decides to like fire off. On the Shadow Blade. Oh, we could fire off a Circle of Death too, couldn't we? That would probably be okay. Beast Mark?
Shows how the monsters infiltrated the castle.
No thanks.
Invaders tunneled under the city walls.
Alright, is this guy like the world's greatest freaking kobold too? He doesn't color spray, he doesn't PK, he doesn't...
The ground shifts as chunks of the roof fall to the ground. It appears that the invaders' tunnel is dangerously unstable.
No, we didn't fire it off. Come on. One more. Like a sweet spot if you can kill the guy within a certain place, then they...
The tunnel collapses.
You ever think that, like, your dogs pick up how you're feeling? I hear Quinn over here crying and whimpering. She has stuck with me all day today. Normally she hangs out with the wife pretty consistently in the wife's office. The wife tends to give snacks I normally do not give. So it's a little bit uncommon for people to
a narrow tunnel filled with rushing water
to have her in here.
Hestis the Medusa stands before you. She seems unconcerned on the surface, but her snakes hiss and glare in your direction. You freed all of the palace guards from their stony fates.
Get this up and running first, and then see where we go from there.
The Medusa gasps in horror as she catches a glimpse of herself in the mirror.
Don't worry, darling, you make me hard too. Alright, please pull that lever.
For now, but the monster nation will surely return to threaten Stormreach again.
I don't know, that seemed like it was a fine infight. Like, we've had worse. Right? Like, I feel like that fight went pretty well. All things considered. That's 13 minutes. Not too bad. I mean, obviously we could have had a much quicker run at other builds, but it seems reasonable. Alright, so those were the quests that we mostly wanted to run before taking level 15, I think. Everything else I think we can kind of let go. Just really those for the coin lords. I don't really care about invaders that much. The rest of them are all just fine to do. So yeah, let's go take a level and then we'll probably wrap it up there. I'll come back, we'll gear up later. Maybe we'll gear off offline, I don't know. We'll see how we're feeling tonight. But I wanted to get moving on this life. I was really looking forward to this build, and I think it's gonna be okay. So the question really boils down to whether the Arcane Blast and this one more spell DC here is going to end up being better than, like, the Ring of Shadows and a couple other things. So it's gonna be really weird how we can kind of maximize all these things together. I feel like the back of the napkin math comes out in my favor. All right, we no longer have to put points in a UMD. Actually, we don't even need UMD points now. So we can start pumping into heal. Or diplomacy. Yeah, let's put them in heal. Alright, so we could extend. I really don't think we have to extend. I'd like to extend for like one or two spells. But I don't think we have to. I think we can take Arcane Initiate instead. So like I like extend for Dancing Ball. I don't know, let's just Dancing Ball and Finger of Death here. And then at some point we need to fix this 3 points. These 3 points were a mistake. Those are not a traditional caster. So those 3 points will probably go into like making Maximize better or something, or Quicken. A lot of stuff we actually have Quicken on a lot of our things. Yay! Hey Xylo, thanks buddy. 10 months. Appreciate that. May Optimus Prime always be with you, my friend. Hype. Hype indeed. Hype indeed. Fortunately, we are getting close to where we're going to end up having to wrap up for the afternoon here. Like I said, I'm getting quite dizzy. Hate the rough migraine times. Just wanted to use your Prime while you remembered. Well, I appreciate it. I appreciate it a lot, actually. Finger of Death is going to go here. Dancing Ball's going to go over here. It's crappy outside today. It's only going to get worse. Supposedly all this week is just crap. Your wife, the wife and you hit 17 last night, Tiarn. Congrats. We might get a window. Might get a window then. +2 insightful illusion focus. Does this actually? So this is saying our DC is 52. Now it's saying, all right. Well, I guess we'll keep that for now. Although I have a feeling that that's going to get thrown in the trash in just a minute. Yep, we're on Iconic Lives, so just lots and lots of going to lots and lots of going to 20 or going to 20. I'm going to 30. Sorry, going to 30. Got your Shatterkai down with roguelikes? Yeah, I'm actually not that sure what our Shatterkai lives are going to be right now. These boots are honestly not the worst. Spellcraft on boots seem kind of odd to me. This is exceptional 2-int, right? Yeah. No, that's insightful. Could we put an extra +1 int in? We could. Doesn't matter, but we could. Huh, interesting. Fill in whatever's left and then throw the rest in the trash. Four. 6. Oh, that's already full. Potions. Potions may actually be good for us. Oh man. Jesus. So we'll have to spend a little bit of time figuring out Sharn gear. Don't think it's going to be that hard. Like I kind of want to put on this set right here, I think. The Esoteric, is that right? Arc Steel, sorry, Arc Steel. Arc Steel's a hat. It's not this hat, it's this hat. And then some glove, right? I think it's some glove. And then we'll probably want to switch. We lose Quality Illusion Focus and Quality Intelligence, but we pick up like 4 int and Spell Sight. And then it frees our cloak slot back up if we want to. Although this is an evocation spell. Where, oh where? I think we want our Deep Demise. Like that, this is going to be our main weapon, I think. So with the Deep Demise right now, okay, our DC right now is 54 using the thing that we got from the chest, and now it's saying 55, yeah. And then if I do both of those things, do we get a bigger boost? No, I didn't think so. So this thing's just trash. There's our arc steel brim. So what's the other piece that goes with this? I feel like it's a glove. I feel like it's like a really poopy electric glove. It is a really poopy glove. It's an electric. What's that? So we're going to have to battle through a little bit of spell failure, which we can reduce some, but not that much. What's the other? Wisdom and Charisma is not what we're looking for. Yeah, I think it's got to be this set. So we'll have to see what we can do about spell failure. Reduce that just a little bit. We should be able to get it down, I think, some. Not enough, though. I don't know, we'll look at it later. But that's the general plan, I think, is these 3 main pieces of gear swapped around. And that'll be 2 more DCs and 25% artifact bonus to force spell power and 5% more critical, which should make these things feel much bigger. Boom. But again, like I said, we'll figure that stuff out later today. Alright, buddy, I'm going to bounce. Hope you guys had enjoyed the stream. I hope this build's starting to make sense to some people. Again, if I can get the gear sorted the way I think we can get the gear sorted, I think it'll a lot of people will start to come around on it. Alright, buddy, with that, I'm going to peace. Much love. I'll see you guys hopefully around 7 tonight.